Ladies and gentlemen, my name is The Laughing Man and welcome back to Let's Discover Gamepass. Today we're checking out a new game, recently added. This is called Galacticare. From what I've been able to gather so far, this is very much like a theme hospital slash 2-point hospital sort of game.
Director. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your appointment. Ms. Orion and I are excited to see how you'll rise to the occasion. We're establishing our first facility right here in orbit around Earth. Ms. Orion is already on site. Let's get this thing kicked off, shall we?
Okay, let's crack on. Oh, there's the UK. My home is right about there somewhere.
Glistening before you and silhouetted against the green marble of Earth is Galacticare's newest high-orbit station and your first hospital. I'm Heel, the AP assigned to all of Galacticare's extrasolar operations. Think of me as your personal assistant, for it is my duty to assist you in all things healthcare as we strike out amongst the stars. Soon, patients from all throughout the solar system will darken our halls, bringing with them all sorts of awful maladies and excretions. Many bots on standby, Director. Before then, Ms. Orion wishes to fire the starting gun personally. I'm sure we'll be receiving a call from her any moment now. Yeah, and there she is.
Incoming calls will wait indefinitely. Take your time and answer them when you're ready to continue. Some characters may react to it in unexpected ways. Should we make them wait a minute?
The prompt at the bottom right of your user interface will answer her call. There's no rush. Contacts will wait for you to answer.
I just want to see what happens if we make her wait.
Bonjour, guten Tag, Moshi Director, and welcome to Galacticare. It's time to bring this dream of ours to life. I can't wait to see this hospital up and running. Personally, I'm not one for all this nitty-gritty management stuff. I'd much rather be in the lab, so that's why you're here. Remember, if you ever feel lost, you can review your objectives in the top right corner of your interface. Take it away, Heel.
Thank you, Mom. Director, let's start with a particularly fun section. Calibrating sensors and perspective. Yes, we'll be panning, rotating, and even zooming your camera. Both in and out, mind you. Thrilling stuff. Your objectives should be displayed now. If they're not, then everything is broken, and it may be simpler for you to resign. Look at us go, spinning around like a gyro. I feel vaguely ill. Now, there was something else I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, yes. There's the hospital. Patients and preventing death, profit, and so on. Very well, then. To do healthcare, we will require both a reception desk and a diagnosis room. Let's first place a reception desk so that we can process patients as they arrive. I've highlighted the menu in which you will find said desk. Wonderfully placed. Now all we need is a diagnosis room. Ms. Orion should be calling with the details momentarily.
The diagnosis room is our patient's first step on the road to recovery. It's where we evaluate what's gone wrong with their meaty bodies. Also, tiny spinny drones come out of it, which is very cool and entirely necessary.
I'm okay with tiny spinny drones. Okay, diagnosis room, diagnosis desk, a desk / one-way for launching diagnosis drones at the patient, and a drone readout for displaying diagnostic data from drone scans and also basic cable. needs to be a minimum of 3x3. Okay.
Let's get that diagnosis room up and running. If you're ever unsure what to do, select any of your objectives and I'll help to point you in the right direction. With the room selected, you can now begin to place the blueprint. Choose a starting point, shape it to your desired footprint, and click Wonderful. However, an empty room will not by itself facilitate the healthcare. We must first place a door and then the room's required objects. In the case of diagnosis, we need a desk and a display. Your construction display will show you simple, easy methods to improve your room's value. Potted plants are all the rage at the moment. Not my cup of tea, personally. Now, a replica of an XTC 5000 block engine. Well, my word, Director, I'm near satisfaction from the thought alone.
Go to decorations! To Volte. Oh, confirm that.
That's the diagnosis room, Eddie. Now we'll need a treatment room. Mr. Ryan will be in touch with the juicy details.
Skin! Everyone has it. Unless they have an exoskeleton, or nothing at all. The Skin Lab uses proprietary chemicals to coat our patients in a gentle foam, which strips off their outsides and rebuilds them from scratch. It's relatively painless. I use the Skin Lab instead of a shower sometimes.
That sounds painful. Okay, so we get the treatment tank. Houses for patient during treatment. They might need to be nudged in with a long stick. And the mixing console, mix fluids to treat patients' skin conditions. I am not even going to try and pronounce that word. Something chemicals so they don't drown. And we'll confirm that.
We have our first rooms. More to come, I'm sure. However, I think there's still something missing. As we're a healthcare organization, we will need some doctors. Pop open the recruitment menu on the left-hand bar and review your various candidates.
Here's our
And
recruitment
there
button.
they are, Director. You can see their name, species, and traits that are unique to them. We currently have Ode and human candidates, and are restricted to them for reasons which I can assure you are culturally sensitive. I'm certain you'll come to find the unique traits of the galaxy's different sapiens particularly helpful for your work. Choose a candidate when you're ready. You can place that newly hired doctor wherever you like, even directly in a room, which will assign it as their primary task. Excellent work. Your new staff will set about their tasks in your rooms, aiding our soon-to-be patients. Doctors gain experience as they work, and more experienced doctors are, as you'd imagine, better at things. Due to capitalism, staff require payment on a regular basis, so do be sure not to overhire and inflate your expenses. An excellent set of rooms and doctors, Director, that will surely excel at treating patients. You should be commended for your ambition. Speaking of which, your legally mandated commendation, known in human society as payment, is yours to claim.
No? Hey, we got paid!
We're ready to open the hospital. Let's see if we can't get our patients back to their rent pods in one piece. Ready to begin?
Let's open them up.
Here we go. Time to treat some of these poor fellas. Patients are arriving now, Director. They shall scuttle about our hospital and deposit their various detritus within its once sterile halls.
There's our first patient.
Our employer is rather keen to introduce you to the Ode. The call icon should be at the bottom right, Director.
Okay, we've got some benches.
Take all the time you need, Director. I hope you can't hear the incessant ringtone of the call. I believe I muted it for your interface, though I can't seem to do anything about it screeching directly into my brain.
The Ode are a curious bunch. Although they're all clones, they revere old age, competing with each other to see who can live in any one body the longest. Once they retired from their dreams of galactic empire, they developed an odd fascination with humanity. It began with crop circles and cow abductions, and ended up in appropriating the most problematic parts of 1950s Earth culture, surf rock, and traditional gender roles.
Okay, old, special trait, inherited knowledge, increased research generated for low research level conditions, increased eureka chance for high research level conditions. Species desires, a well decorated room. Improve this rating by adequately decorating your rooms, a minimum of 3 unique decorative objects per room. Curious decorations, improve this rating by placing curious decorative objects throughout the hospital. Okay. So we've got seating, toilet sinks, receptions. What a giant advertisement board right there.
Ms. Orion, our mutual employer, would rather like to introduce you to the human species, Director.
Oh, they don't leave enough room.
Humans, we love them. They are us, sometimes. Not always, though. Humans are a lot of things. And one of those things is that they're social beings. They'll improve our influence whenever they complete treatments. Also, they've accidentally engineered a dystopia where corporations have become kingdoms. So that's great. Sorry. That's a conversation for another time, I guess.
Okay, humans. Cultural curiosity, increase the influence generated during treatment. Special desires, ordinary decorations. Improve this rating by placing ordinary decorative objects throughout the hospital. Food and drink. Excuse me. Improve this rating by placing nutrition filling objects such as vending machines throughout the hospital.
It appears we've received a patient with a shattered arm. Let's inspect them and see if we can't mend their appendage. There is a patient, Director, although not the right one. Not to fear, I won't recommend you for sensitivity training. Behold the patient panel. I've highlighted the condition track. This fellow's condition requires them to be reboned, and for that, we'll need a boning chamber.
Boning chamber.
The boning chamber! A retrofitted mining machine, which chomps fresh, minty new skeletons directly into our patients. An assistant engineer fitted the schematic with internal cameras. For personal reasons? That'll teach me to poach staff from Salazar. Anyway, that's all fixed, and it's mostly safe. Mostly.
The boning chamber. Repurposed mining equipment and goodbye. Renamed by Heel for reasons he cannot remember.
Ah, the boning chamber. A fine room indeed. I do rather admire the machine in there. Rather charming, actually. I think I'll call him Harold. I haven't the foggiest idea why. You may find yourself running short on space in our initial hospital area. You can expand to other nearby areas by selecting them and paying a small fee. To whom, I'm not sure. Well, now that we've got a few treatment rooms up and running, let's talk about keeping our staff and patients happy. Let's inspect one of our doctors to grasp the full extent of their needs. Through this panel, we can see the various qualities and needs that define our doctor. This is their mood. A happy doctor will perform their job efficiently, whereas an unhappy doctor is more likely to make mistakes. If their mood gets too low, they may simply leave. You can see the various thoughts and feelings impacting their mood here. For example, witnessing the death of a patient may result in a degree of momentary sadness. Physical needs, like hunger and energy, are fulfilled by vending machines, staff lounges, toilets, and so on. By the looks of things, this individual needs to unwind in a staff lounge. Further details about the staff lounge and its function are ready for you, Director.
Let's just get a few curious decorations around. Middle mouse button working won't it?
Director,
We need a doctor.
Know, it's the button. The button on the bottom right of your screen. If you do know, I can only offer my deepest apologies for, I'll shut up.
This one's pretty straightforward. It's a staff lounge. Staff will go in there and lounge. There's a fire pit and everything. We considered a mindfulness cube, but people found the idea nightmarish. So they get this instead. I don't get it. I love the cube. I'll go in there sometimes just to scream at the walls. Great de-stressor.
The staff lounge, we get the lava table, coffee table with a hypnotic lava orb containment field, caution hot, comfortable armchair, an enveloping armchair to lounge in, maybe have a short nap, and comfortable sofa, perfect for watching TV or collapsing on the mind-numbing exhaustion.
We'll need to build a staff lounge, lest our employees descend into absolute madness. We should also ensure we provide both staff and patients with places to sit, something to eat, and toilets in which they may relieve themselves. required facilities have been installed and the number of organics who've relieved themselves in the hospital has slipped under the bar for legal concern. Bravo, Director. You have provided everything organics need for a state of mild comfort. Director, it's time to meet your marginally useful maintenance crew. This is a Medibot. They've been purchased at low cost and reprogrammed to maintain our equipment and clean up various forms of vomit. The robot is waving. Medi, are you waving? Are you waving your awful little hands? It appears that Medi wishes to speak to you. Not to worry, I doubt it has much to say.
Hello, new director. It's me, Medi. Heel says I'm a toaster, and that I might actually be useful if I was dropped in someone's bathtub.
Yes, that comment is slightly out of context, Director, but you may rest assured that Medi has no clue what's going on.
Well, I guess so. Also, Heel keeps saying I'm a fake boy, and being programmed to imitate humanity is a disgrace. He's my best friend.
Medi, you don't have any friends because you're not real.
Of course I do. 'Cause you're my friend. And so is this giant creature who's about to eat the station.
Bugger me! What in the world is going on? Hello there!
I think it's okay, Heel. It's just a really big alien.
First of all, Medi, it's a colossal. Secondly, please refrain from use of the term alien in reference to non-human sapiens. Director, the alien is somehow hailing us, though not on any identifiable frequency. It's almost as though it's directly pushing buttons inside the station's systems. In the absence of any better ideas, perhaps it's best to, pick up the phone.
Oh, we can purchase that for 10 grand.
Electronic and eukaryotic persons of Galacticare. I am Bazanora Sorgoria. Baz is also fine, in the interests of brevity. I developed these painful glowing spots about 4,000 years ago. I wondered if you could come and have a look at me.
Director, this is an opportunity we can't pass up. Colossals are notoriously elusive. Few even get to talk to them, let alone get all up in their biology. Let's help him out. First, you'll need to dispatch a ship from the shuttle bay to take a biopsy. That'll let us take a look at all the deliciously novel gubbins inside our new friend.
The shuttle can launch on your command, Director.
Dispatch the shuttle. Oh, look at that. There's our little shuttle.
And away she goes! Our shuttle will collect the sample from Baz via a gentle, non-invasive surgical translocation beam. It feels great. Like scratching an itch. Don't ask me how I know.
Ooh, that feels nice. A bit like scratching an old itch.
Told ya.
And here comes my
The
shuttle.
shuttle is back with the sample we just took. It'll now be unloaded from the shuttle in an adorable canister. AI-driven medical devices, which behave much like patients do, just with less, brains. We'll need to send it to diagnosis to figure out our next steps. Remember, you can always select the relevant task in the objective window for more information.
Director, we'll want that canister to make it through its diagnosis as quickly as possible. Fortunately, you can set it as a priority. Hit the priority button here. Prioritizing a patient or canister in this manner will place it at the front of any queue it joins. You should use this for, well, anything you like really, but emergencies in particular.
Baz's skin is remarkable. I've already identified 7 brand new proteins. This will redefine our understanding of what meat can be. Despite his freaky space flesh, I don't see why we couldn't fix him up with a new cocktail from our skin lab. Now it's time for those canisters to go in the other direction. Let's fill some up, load them into a shuttle, and hose down our new friend with a pharmaceutical cocktail strong enough to melt turbo steel beams.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, fancy.
Don't forget to place some vending machines to feed your patients and staff.
Where's the vending machines?
Director, Heel? Some mean-looking mollusks just entered the hospital.
Yes, Mary. Those are vomitons. They'll bite any sapients they encounter, causing their victim to evacuate their guts directly onto the floor. Director, Mary is perfectly capable of dispatching these vomitons himself, but if you fancy it, you can use the station's coils to eject the pests from our mortal coil. Just a little death-based pun for your private enjoyment.
Yeah, this really does give some proper vibes of Theme Hospital. Or more importantly, more modernly. Two-point hospital in space. Some decorations around.
Our canisters are brimming with our new colossal regeneration fluids and waiting in your docking bay. Let's get them sent out. I can't wait to see if this works. If it doesn't, we may all be going to jail. Exciting!
The shuttle can launch on your command, Director.
Some pretty windows. Let's press the button to launch the shuttle.
She's away! Keep an eye on the display, Director. We'll see the fruits of our labors any moment now.
Boom! Look at that, he's all better.
Oh, that medicine of yours really hits the spot. Glad to be rid of that itch. It felt like there was something different about you, and there's the proof. Before I go, I collect trinkets. Things traded or earned. I find these exchanges build interesting bonds between cultures. Have some of this stabilizing solution as thanks. Well, I'm off. Thank you, Galacticare. I'm sure we'll see each other soon.
Well, we've just treated a higher dimensional talking cetacean. I'm going to hold my breath until my heart rate comes down and map out these new organs. Maybe I'll name one after you.
A delightful performance to watch, Director. The stabilizing solution Baz gave us has remarkable properties. It'll fully replenish the health of any patients you use it on. Rather handy if there are specific people you'd rather didn't, die. Should you ever have need of more, you can make use of the craftium we've been collecting to fabricate them from the inventory panel.
Okay.
Our goal is to provide the best possible healthcare service, and we're constantly evaluated by a system known as hospital rating. Open the hospital rating panel now, and let's have a browse. Welcome to the hospital rating screen. Here we can review everything that's wrong with your hospital. Not to worry, should it be terribly deficient, there are plenty of pro tips to explore in these various tabs. On this summary screen, we can review any common thoughts and complaints, as well as admire the potential rewards you can earn. Feel free to peruse the remaining tabs at your leisure, or close the panel when you're ready to proceed. The more patients you treat, the more people will become embedded. A step which we can surely all get behind and which you can track on this panel. The galaxy is home to many kinds of species, all with their own distinct desires. Humans, for instance, quite enjoy decorative objects which remind them of home. Director, Ms. Orion has sent over the details of a new room. Something about investing in people. What a novel.
The training room is an environment in which our staff can gain experience with safe, gentle, ethical brainwashing with the memories of experts in their field. It can be a bit much for their neuroplasticity to fully absorb, as well as pass out which families actually belong to them. Nothing too serious, though.
Okay, we've got the training room. This machine trains doctors. Instances of mental egg scrambling are vanishingly rare.
People can be trained with other people's memories? Can I go?
No. Director, let's get a training room built so we can help our staff become their best selves, whether they like it or not.
Oh, swing round. Right there, planted well.
A fine, fresh training room. Well, let's teleport a doctor in. They'll begin training immediately.
Director? Heal? There's a little creature floating around in here. Should I zap it?
That's a Solak. Director, these critters are entirely harmless, and will deposit a large number of credits into our account when you catch them. That's why they can open accounts of their own. The banking sector is a disaster.
Hello again, Galacticare. I thought I'd pop back in and offer you some of my wares.
No!
As thanks for
He died.
helping me out.
I killed a patient. Oops.
Browser, I'll exchange any item for some credits. And just for you, there's always a freebie. Right now, I've got a holodoc, I think you call it. Oh, and I've also got a Medibot. Found him adrift in space a while ago. He was just spinning, really. Purchase an item, and I'll transport it over to your inventory. As for the holodoc, I must insist that you take it. He keeps popping into existence inside my spleen. Fancy that one? Smashing. Catch you in the void.
The holodoc emitter Baz has gifted us is a valuable piece of kit. A room upgrade. Place it in one of our treatment rooms and it'll kick into action. Holodocs are driven by advanced predictive AI. They're not sapient and thus require neither pain or rest. This would make them perfect doctors if not for the limitations on their AI, which prevent them from learning or demonstrating any personality whatsoever. These qualities do make them excellent corporate executives, however. One of our doctors has leveled up. Let's take a closer look. Select them when you're ready. Level 1 doctors will start out as trainees, and upon reaching level 2, you're able to escape. It's a fine choice. Try to assign experts to the relevant rooms. It'll help keep your patients alive and your workforce content. Here, you can see the options for this doctor's expertise, which are based on the rooms they've worked in while in your hospital. Choose one to continue.
We got a lot there.
Director, something we haven't yet covered is Medibot nodes.
Hey, that's me!
Yes, it is, Medi. Well done. Director, select a Medibot to continue. Here, we can see the configuration of this Medibot. Adjusting this will focus them on specific tasks. You can also use this window to change the appearance of your Medibots, in the event that you share that particular fascination with our previous director. And with that, we completed our orientation protocol. Excellent work.
Right, that is the orientation done, and this has been Galacticare. So, really fun concept. 2-point hospital in space, or for people much older like myself, Beam Hospital in space.
We're receiving a call from Dorian Salazar, the CEO of Salazon.
Stop interrupting me here. That is going back quite a few years. But with that, I think we'll leave it on that cliffhanger. Guys, if you like this video, please do like and subscribe. If you want to see more of this, drop a comment. But until then, take care. Bye bye.